This is Paul Minicucci from the corner of Auburn and Main Street at the Thursday night market in Grass Valley. Thank you for coming aboard, and we've got lots in store for you this evening. And we're going to start out the session tonight with one of our famous Meet Your Neighbor, where we get to know businesses around Grass Valley. We have Cheryl in the field. Take it away, Cheryl.
Hi folks, I'm Cheryl Noble with another NCTV Meet Your Neighbor. I'm on Mill Street with Leslie Bowles and Kelsey Donaldson, and they are with Assemblage, which is a really fun discovery of women's one-of-a-kind custom clothing. This was really exciting to discover. Hi, Leslie.
Hi.
Tell us about your unique shop with custom, handmade, design, costume clothing.
That explains it. We have new clothing, and we have some vintage clothing, and we have one-of-a-kind pieces that we make ourselves here. And we have costumes for Halloween. During Halloween, the month of October, will be a complete costume shop. So.
Yeah, I can see that. And you were saying also Burning Man was another very popular, people coming in for unique and one-of-a-kind outfits.
Burning Man and Constitution Days is coming up.
Right.
I do custom historical costumes for period events.
Oh, fun. And Kelsey, what is the fun part about working here, all this fun material and fun costumes?
Well, it's definitely been a great learning experience for me. I get a lot of experience sewing, and she teaches me a lot of stuff. And it's really fun to just kind of get into the creative flow at work. It's awesome to have a job that you really love.
And learn a new skill set, too, with the sewing. And Leslie, you were saying you designed the stuff, too. People can come in with an idea of what they're looking for, and then you design it and then sew it for them.
Correct. I can design anything you need. You can bring me a picture, or we can draw pictures. 30 years experience doing it, so.
Oh, I can spend a lot of time in the store looking at everything, purses, accessories, the costumes, the masks. I found this really fabulous hat that I think it's so me. And these beautiful little shoes. I'm pulling this out. There's just so much here. How long have you been here?
Since Thanksgiving of last year.
Congratulations. Going on a year. That's really great. What can we look forward to with the holidays coming up? Are feathers in, more bling? What do you think?
Well, feathers and fascinators are definitely in. Colors for this winter season are grays and pinks. And we'll have lots of new inventory after Halloween. We'll go back to being a clothing store, and you can see some of those new items.
Okay, so new and custom-made, vintage, all from accessories, and even little knickknacks for the home, too, I see, which is really, it's inside and out.
Thank you.
And Kelsey, what are you going to do for this Halloween? Got a special costume in mind?
Oh, goodness.
Put her on the spot.
I don't even know. We have so many great costumes, and I have so many pieces that I've gotten from Leslie over the years. It's going to be fun, though. I'm thinking probably going to have to go with one of my gypsy outfits. I pull it off well. I don't know.
Whatever it's going to be will be only one, so nobody else will find it on a rack anywhere.
Never. That's true.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Tell us again the store hours and your location.
Tuesday through Saturday, 11 to 5, and we're at 144 Mill Street.
Okay. Thanks, everybody. Come into Assemblage. Cheryl Noble signing off NCTV's Meet Your Neighbor. Thanks, Kelsey. Thanks, Leslie.
Thank you.
Welcome back to Thursday Night Market Live. I'm Paul Minicucci, and this is NCTV. And our first special guest we have for this evening is the Executive Director? General Manager of KVMR, and that is Dave Levin. Dave, thank you for coming aboard.
Here, absolutely. You guys are doing some wonderful things, and I'm happy to be on board.
Right. Thank you, thank you. And just for the audience at home, Dave and I are plotting all kinds of wonderful adventures together. Speaking of the big adventure, tell the folks a little bit more about what's happening with your undertaking with the theater.
Sure. We've been looking for a building for quite a while, and it's been a few years that we've been out and checking different buildings. We've been to about a dozen or more buildings, and then, you know, how fortuitous these things become. An idea, hey, why don't you guys talk with the Nevada Theater Commission? 150-year-old theater, almost 150 in about 3-4 years. KVMR 33 years old. We sat down, we talked, and we found out we really could make a great partnership. So we signed an agreement to form a partnership, and KVMR is going to move into the sheds behind the theater and build a little bit of a 2- or 3-story building of about 8,000 to 10,000 square feet. And that's an undertaking that has already started. Actually, today, if you walked over there today, the sheds were open. There was a Kubota tractor, and they're taking samples of the soil to make sure that the soil's okay in the barrier walls between the theater and the 2 sheds. And these 2 sheds are going to be rebuilt. And they'll have this wonderful architectural aspect of Nevada City on the outside, and a great technical facility on the inside. I hope everyone heard everything I said.
Yeah, they are. We're in live TV. We've got a shot of the band to cover us.
Yeah.
In the meantime, we're getting some audio adjustments here, and we'll be back on camera soon. Okay.
All right.
So we're back, and
Terrific.
yes, and you know, of course, I think like most people in this county, we were really heartened to see you guys find a solution that includes the theater, because the theater is a real anchor for us in terms of entertainment in Nevada County.
Well, you're gonna hear a lot more about the kinds of things that we can do together in the theater. We expect to do live radio from the theater, live music events, town hall meetings. We're hopeful that NCTV will be a part of that. We welcome you as a partner, and we've talked a little bit about that. That's exciting news. That
It sure is.
You might be looking at the opportunity of providing video capability to the theater, and hopefully perhaps even in one of the studios at KVMR. That would be great. We'd love to do that.
Yeah, we sure would like to do that. You know, and I think that's a coming trend. As you know, on ESPN and CNN and all those places, they've really got a live radio sort of aesthetic that goes on there. That's very exciting, and so we'd be pleased to be part of that. I think, you know, we do occupy a kind of correlative space that you guys are. I mean, being community video, you guys community radio, and you know, serves a grand purpose, because I know you feel the same way, that with newspapers dwindling and you know, local news support going the way of, you know, everything national, somebody has got to jump in there and do authentic news.
Well, we've been looking for synergistic energies. What you guys do, what we do, are all part of the multimedia spectrum. We're looking for different platforms all the time. KVMR is going to have a second internet stream. We have a second HD channel, a digital channel now. We're working on that. That'll be up and going. We'll have some classical music on it for a while to test it. But we're looking at providing possibly a service that can read magazines, newspapers, and novels to blind and print handicapped folks. A radio reading service, if you will.
That'd be great.
And that's coming along to some extent. So there'll be lots of announcements coming out in the next couple of years or so that it'll take us to actually break ground, build a building, get the energies going, get things moving along. And of course, we always need lots of partners to do that, lots of volunteers to do that. So we hope if you're interested in KVMR, you check our website out at kvmr.org, or you can call the station at 265-9073 if you want to volunteer.
Right. So on the off chance that somebody's watching this and doesn't know much about KVMR, give us a thumbnail. You have, 75 or 80 disc jockeys or something like that?
We have 125
DJs.
We have 700 volunteers.
Right.
We've operated a community radio station out of Nevada City for 34 years this past July, and it is a dynamic energy that is people powered. It clearly runs on what the community would like to hear, would like to see, and most of our support comes from the community, people who become members of KVMR, people who are devoted to what we do and how we do it, and a lot of them get involved, come to the station, and it's just a wonderful opportunity.
Right. How's the signal strength down in Sacramento these days? I know there was some issue.
There has been. There was a, and that's in our unprotected area.
Right.
There was a station down there that has a repeater that increased their power. That's impacted our signal to some extent in Sacramento. The good news is that the FCC has given us a license to build a full-service station in the Willows area that will serve a significant portion of Sacramento. And that will happen. We have about 3 years to put that on the air.
Right.
So that'll improve the signal significantly.
Yeah. Now, I know for a fact, because I have friends back east who listen to you guys online. And
KVMR.org.
Yeah, KVMR.org has got a huge audience. Do you have a sense of how big that is?
You know, we're not sure how big it is, but we've had many thousands of people. We're trying to gauge that as time goes by, but we hear from people in different parts of the world. We hear from people, of course, in the region and around the United States. In fact, it was interesting. We heard recently from some folks in Ohio that said, you know, we like your brand of programming. We take a coffee break in the morning here in Columbus, Ohio, and we sit around and listen to your station for a half hour. And our employers really liking it too, so I'm really happy to hear things like that.
Right. Well, I was amazed when listening to one of the fundraising drives that you guys were getting funds from around the country and various places and from other countries. It's amazing to me, you know.
Well,
that's really the
it's
strength.
a testimony to, and that's it. It's the strength and the power of radio. Radio being a very creative, energetic type of thing.
Right. When you look at your array of people on air, is there anything that you think needs strengthening, like classical music, or is there any area that you'd like to see go a little more in that direction?
There's obviously a wide variety of programming now. We have probably 40 different genres. We actually just started a classical music program. I think for now it's been like once a month, but we're looking at increasing that. As I said, our second digital channel will provide a classical music service for a while. And if the folks out there who are interested in classical music would like to host a program, we're interested in hearing from them. The more the merrier. We love having new broadcasters on board. We're going to have a new broadcast training class starting in September.
Great. How big is, would you say your library is, and how often do you acquire new material?
Well, the record companies send us about several hundred, 300 to 500 CDs a week. Our record library is about 40,000 CDs right now. We're trying to put it all onto audio vaults in terabytes of storage, and that's a huge undertaking, but we're working on it. We have a group of people who are working on what we call digitalizing our record library.
Right, right. And I know that, you know, as you said, you have everything from Celtic music to new music coming out. Tuesday afternoons, I forgot the disc jockey's name, but I listen to him every other Tuesday, I think, at 4 o'clock.
Jimmy Grimes, maybe?
No, it's Jarrett or...
Jewett.
Jewett, yes.
Greg Jewett. What?
Yes, Greg, yeah, I'm blanking.
You know, I have 125 here to remember. Okay, so the fact that I remembered Greg is great.
Yeah, you pull that out.
He does a lot of world music and a great variety.
Yeah, I just love it because the stuff that, you know, I don't have time to listen to the radio, but I find I'm so much in sync with that programming. I just use it as a sampler, so I can, you know, shoot in there and find out what's hot, what's new.
Yeah, well, people who listen to the station, including myself, learn a lot every day. There's so much music out there, and the energy from so many people with things that are so close to their heart in the music genre who present it every day are just, you know, a wonderful addition to make a great radio station.
And I actually think that it truly reflects the character of this county. You know, it's because this county is about differences, and this county is about having polarities and lots of interesting people. And it's all about art and music. And so I think KVMR does just an outstanding job of representing the community.
Well, we take that role seriously, and I think, you know, what you could call KVMR is kind of a kaleidoscope of programming. You know, it's every different genre that you can think imaginable. A lot of people say, well, if you don't like what you hear on KVMR, listen to the next half hour, and you will. Yeah.
That's about all we have time for, Dave. Tonight, I'll welcome you back anytime in our studios.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be
here.
Thank
you, and I look forward to working with you in the future.
Indeed so.
And right now, we're going to go to a very special guest, one of the performers on NCTV, Claude Hedgate, and who is a mystery man. And I'm going to kick it over to Melissa to find more out about Claude Hedgate and clodhoppers. Melissa?
Good evening. This is Melissa Missler with NCTV, and I am with Claude Hedgate. And Claude, who are you with?
Clodhoppers.
And when and where can we see Clodhoppers?
On NCTV at 8 o'clock Wednesday nights, 7:30 Sunday nights, and various other times. And, of course, on the internet, Nevada County Television, NevadaCountyTV.org. That was easy.
All right. And I understand that you have an opinion about capital punishment.
Well, I think they ought to punish the capital every chance they get.
All right. And so now we're going to listen to a little song about the Thursday night market.
It's Thursday night market in hysterical downtown Grass Valley. Everybody's in the streets, including Nevada County TV. They're bringing all the fun to the homes in the community. They get to be on the air live, but they never would let me. In the summertime, we've got fruits and nuts and kumquats. We've got lots of shoppers going up and down the street, milling around. No pun intended. See, there's Mill Street, and I said milling around. It's a good chance to see your old friends, make new friends in the open evening air. You'll hear the bands, everyone's hands will be extended. Oh, it's Thursday night market in hysterical downtown Grass Valley. Everybody's in the street, including Nevada County TV. They're singing all the fun to the homes in the community. They get to go live on the air, but they never would let me until now.
All right, that was Claude Hedgate. Always a pleasure. Thank you, Claude. And be sure to watch Clodhoppers, 8 o'clock on NCTV on Wednesdays. And now we're going to do a little bit of business. We're going to have thank one of our underwriters, without which we couldn't be here. And we're going to go to another introduction for one of our Meet Your Neighbors business, Stuckey's Engraver. So let's take that away, Cheryl.
Hi, folks. I'm Cheryl Noble with NCTV's Meet Your Neighbor. I'm up on Mill Street at Stuckey Engravers, and I'm with Nicole Arbaugh, the owner of this beautiful shop that specializes in custom, one-of-a-kind gifts. Hi, Nicole.
Hi, Cheryl.
Well, thanks for letting us stop by today and tell us about your engraving and your beautiful gift items.
Well, thanks for coming. And our store is filled with all types of gifts that you can engrave on. We can engrave on all different types of surfaces, metal, glass, plastic, leather, all types of.
And I see wood products too.
And wood puzzles, yep.
Beautiful.
Thank you. We even can do wine bottles. We try to be as creative as we can with our engraving here at Stuckey Engravers.
Nice. And you were talking before the interview about the wedding business this year, and behind us are some beautiful items, and that particularly this year there was more request for engraving for their guests in the bridal party. That's exciting.
Yes, I love working with our bridal customers. It's one of my favorite aspects of this business, and thankfully we have been very busy. We can engrave on all kinds of bridal party gifts, the wine bottles, the glassware for the head table, the gifts for the parents and the bride and groom themselves to each other. It's a wonderful way to personalize and individualize a gift.
Oh, nothing like something being customized when you get a gift. What do you expect? What are some of the previews coming up for Christmas? What are going to be the hot items, do you think?
A couple of things that we're going to bring into the store that we have brought in the past that were very popular and we only do at the holidays are called Japanese boxes. It's a type of puzzle box that is very complicated to get in, but actually looks like a piece of art from the outside because of the intricate woodwork.
Nice. It sounds like a little hard to find gift, too.
Absolutely. They're only made by a few craftsmen in Japan.
Oh, interesting. Well, now this store is part of Stuckey Jewelers, which is down the street. And how long have you been open here?
We've been in this store it's brand new. We've only been here a little over a year, going on a year and a half.
Oh, great.
And of course, our other store has been in continuing business for over 100 years.
Oh my gosh. Yes, long established business citizen in our community. And I'm looking around. I can't help but be distracted. There's not only the wedding items, but nice, beautiful leather goods, wine carriers, picnic items for babies.
Yes, we carry both pewter and silver items, and we also get most of that from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I do actually try to have things from the United States and as close as I can get here. All of our wooden boxes are made in Colorado. All of our games are from Florida. So I do actually look for other small businesses that make these items to bring them into our store.
Make them distinctive, which is what you really promote and offer, the one-of-a-kind gifts. And tell us your store hours.
Our store hours are Tuesday through Saturday from 10 to 5. And as the holidays come on, those might lengthen, but 10 to 5, Tuesday through Saturday.
And your website?
StuckeyEngravers.com.
Easy enough. All right. Thank you for letting us stop by, Nicole, and best of luck. Thank you so much. All right, Cheryl Noble signing off for NCTV's Meet Your Neighbor.
Nakuchi back live here at the Thursday Night Market. We're at the corner of Auburn and Main Street in Grass Valley. If you've had dinner and you want to come down for a little coffee or something, or if you haven't had dinner, come on down and join us. There's lots to do at the Thursday Night Market. And now it's our pleasure to introduce Howard Levin. Howard, welcome to the show.
Paul,
once again.
What a great pleasure.
So Howard and I actually have known each other for quite some time, and Howard, of course, is I never get this right, the executive director of the Downtown Association?
Yeah, you do it perfectly.
There you go.
Yeah.
So tell people out there who might not know, what is the Downtown Association, the Grass Valley Downtown Association?
Well, our mission statement is an economic development and historical preservation organization working on behalf of the merchants in a unified way to promote downtown Grass Valley. We're part of the California and National Main Street program, and we have a contract with the city for promotional opportunities for the city, try and get the word out about Grass Valley. Within our environs of Nevada County and the greater radius that we have, and outside of the area, we work with the Chamber and other marketing groups to promote the Grass Valley, Nevada City, Western Nevada County area.
So it's about helping the folks who are vendors here and have businesses here. Is it connected to tourism at all?
Well, we do a lot of work on tourism, but I was thinking about doing a talk on economic development on Tuesday, and I'm trying to think of what is a tourist? Is a tourist somebody who lives in Wildwood and comes in for the day and shops? Or is a tourist somebody who lives in Sacramento or San Francisco, New York, Germany? We're all taking advantage or enjoying the environs that we have here. And even though I live at 2 blocks from downtown, I'm like a tourist when I come down and we look at the buildings and we look at the history of our community.
Right.
So I would like to say that we're all visitors on this planet, and we're all part of that greater group that comes to downtown.
Right.
And our group is supported by, in a great part, by the merchants. They assess themselves so that we do this marketing, and they put out about $50,000 of their own money every year for the last 27, 28 years.
Well, we certainly do have at Grass Valley and in Nevada City assets that other places don't have. I mean, we do have history. We don't have made-up buildings. We have the real deal. These are, you know, restored buildings. And I'm like you. I mean, there's never a day goes by. I live just down the street, and I wander the streets, and I always find something new that I didn't realize. You know, well, that's what these guys sell that. I didn't know that. And,
it's beautiful.
It is, and I was heartened by the fact that I think this year, I don't know how it compares to years past, but it seems like we're doing pretty good in terms of businesses being open here.
Well, compared to other communities, we're doing well. We're not up to our standards. We have 3% vacancy almost, between 2, maybe closer to 2, but you know, there's probably something I don't know about. And that's way below the average vacancy rate in the downtown. We have a couple of new buildings being occupied, where a store was on Mill Street. Is a new photographer is moving into that and working on the space. We had a store just open up over here where the Wall Street cafe used to be, and that's called Runway. It's a fabulous store. We have Wolf Mountain Day Spa right across the street from where we are, moving in and opening up next week. And so we have activity. We are spoiled during that great boom or bubble or whatever you want to call it. We were 100% occupied, and we had people waiting, you know, wanting a space, and you know, that's good and bad. It's just like parking, you know.
Yeah.
We have more parking right now than we need, but we like to have a parking problem.
Right. So what do you do as a downtown association? Do you advertise for new businesses? How do you do that?
Well, part of it is in these events that we do. We attract almost 185, 200,000 people to downtown to window shop, to look at the buildings, to get involved in what happens, to bring business owners to see the people and see what their response is. If they stand in our booth and listen to the people, or sit at the eating area here and talk to people who are not living in downtown Grass Valley and hear how they like the shopping. These are our assets, having people come downtown. The other thing we do in the downtown under the Main Street program, we have a design committee that works on clean and safe. It does gardening downtown. It replanted around the clock. It's going to be working with the Rotary over here next to Maria's and developing that park. That's going to be a Rotary park, and we'll give them some help in that regard. We worked on the garbage cans with the city. We do the recycling areas. So that's the design committee. The events and promotions committee does about 40 days of events a year. The economic restructuring committee tries to work with the city on strategic planning specific planning for the long term, as well as recruiting business. And our organization committee works on marketing, financial and fiduciary responsibilities. So that's how we break out our whole program. And that's through the National Trust model.
Let's talk a little bit about Thursday Night Market, since we're down here. And we've been here, of course, for the last 10 weeks doing, for the most part, live presentations. Tell us how this partnership got started.
This came to us actually from our market coordinator, Ray Diggins. And Ray is an organic farmer as well as interested in communities, and was doing this. And I wasn't involved in the downtown when this actually happened. This is our 15th year, but so I've been involved in 12 of them. So it started on Mill Street, and it grew, and we've added and added, and it's just gotten to be a terrific event. And I think this year has been the very best one in the 12 years that I've been involved with the Downtown Association.
Yeah.
And I'm very proud to have been associated with it this year.
How many street vendors do we have?
I would say we have about 130.
Uh-huh. And some of them are local, and some of them come from a little bit further away.
Yeah, and our market, local is everybody has a slightly different definition, but I think most of our produce is the Marysville, Yuba City, Grass Valley, Nevada County produce, and we think that's pretty local.
Yeah, sure is. And, of course, people back east, would kill for to have the kind of access to local, fresh, organic produce that we have.
When you think how it was shipped on rail cars, and I was in New York in the early 50s and not living there but visiting, and the idea of having oranges was a big deal.
Yeah. I grew up in New York, and your fruit came in cellophane containers. And when I first came to California to go to UCLA, I was amazed. You go in there, it's just like old days, because you actually have inside a grocery store. You got a guy for the produce, and you got the meat guy, and it really is amazing. So we take it for granted, but California's a very special place. Northern California is even more special than that. So it's not a hard sell for people, I'll tell you that.
But back to picking your own produce at the street markets. California has more street markets, and I think this market is one of the best in California. And I've been to a number of them. I've been to San Luis Obispo, and they do a great job. But I don't think there's one that is any better than what we do here.
Right, and you take into consideration, the proximity to big city like Sacramento, and the proximity to the mountains, and the beautiful scenery and everything that goes with this. It's really can't get much better than that. So this year was maybe even bigger than last year, huh?
Yeah. Well, going down, down this area at Auburn Street. Next year we're looking at tweaking it a little bit. We think we have a really good thing going. There's things we look at. The farmers this year had a late start.
Yeah.
What do you do for that extra month afterwards? Can we find a place where farmers can still sell their produce and maybe not have all the entertainment?
Yeah.
We start small, we expand, maybe we'll go back. Our merchants will assess the market after it's over, and we'll look at different things and try and figure out how to make it better, how to make it more, incorporate the businesses more into the market, and help everybody across the board.
And as you see, every time we run a show, we've got new and different. I think we did something like 20 of your
interviews.
Interviews, Meet Your Neighbor interviews with the businesses downtown. And I know they look forward to the opportunity to tell people what they do. But I think we probably could do a little better in integrating them, because they've got services, and like you said, there may be local people here. There probably are, of course, but people who don't come down all the time, this might be the first time they see some of our permanent store owners. Sure want to make sure they get involved when you have this many people. Yeah. So what do you think? You get 4,000, 5,000 people
a night? Maybe more. Yeah, during the July ones, those are jam.
Yeah, they were really jam.
Yeah, so who knows? We don't give statistics on numbers because people wave back and forth, and we can't really tell you how many are here, but it's a lot of folk.
It's not really about the numbers either.
No.
It's about building that ambiance.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Howard, for coming aboard. We got about a minute left.
Look
forward to working with you on any projects that we could think of. You're always welcome at NCTV.
Well, I love NCTV, and I like to ride the bus, and I like NCTV.
Yeah.
And I want to take this opportunity to thank you and your crew for being here. That's a really big commitment. 10 weeks, all this, Randy and Juan and everybody coordinating this, Ray Diggins putting it together. And I think it really showcases what we have in Grass Valley. I've been proud of Grass Valley since the day I moved up here, and I think Grass Valley has a long way to go, but it is really moving in the right direction.
Well, great. Thank you, Howard. Thanks for being here tonight.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm going to, you may hear the music in the background, and this is the band Clan Dyken, and they've been doing a really great job. We've got the regulators up in front of the Holbrook, And so come on down and enjoy the music. We also want to do, coming up, a thank you to Soundcheck. They've been one of our underwriters for this Thursday night market. So let's take it down to the bandstand, see what's happening down at Clandijken. There they are.
One early morning on the playa, I got up and I thought, I'll go way to the other side and get away from the crowd and do yoga. Sun was just coming up. On the way, I was waylaid by James Brown, blasting out from a giant sound system. He was saying, get on up, get up now, yeah, get on up, get up now, everybody in the place on up, get up now, get on up, get up now. I could not resist. I could not resist. I danced so hard I was sweating, and the DJ came out and shook my hand. He said, brother, I'm feeling you. Sometimes you just gotta get it out. That's how the Burning Man was funk, and it's still born in my clothes. I got the white dust between my ears. It's Burning Man, Burning Man. Burning Man funk. Burning Man funk. Burning Man. I know one thing for certain. Ordinary life has ended. 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 Light up all your junk. Ended. Ended. Burning Man funk. Burning Man funk. Ordinary life has ended. 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 Wasn't that a giant eyeball I just saw? I forgot I was naked. Burning Man funk. How about what's going on? You got something for me? Maybe? Key C. Just follow me. Mother, mother, there's too many of you crying. Brother, 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 far too many of you dying. You know we've got to find a way, yes, to bring some love in here today. Father, Father, there's no need to escalate. War is not the answer. Only love can conquer hate. You know we've got to find a way to bring some love in here today. Picket lines. Brother, my brother.
Soundcheck Music Center, the rock and roll connection. We have guitars, amps, drum equipment, sound accessories, lessons, and repairs. We are located at 671 Maltman Drive, Grass Valley. 530-272-7236, open 7 days a week.
Welcome back. We're live here, as you can see. Thursday Night Market Live. This is Paul Minicucci from NCTV. Where else can you find the Thursday Night Market Live? You can check anywhere on your dial, and all you're going to find it on is NCTV, channel 11 here in Grass Valley. And we have now with us a very special guest, Ray Diggins, and he's joined by Randy Hansen. Randy, I should take the opportunity to tell the folks at home, is really the brains behind doing this. These two guys really came up with the idea to have NCTV down here at the Thursday night market. So, Randy, tell me a little bit about how you guys came up with that idea.
Well, I originally, me and Ray had worked several years, back down in 2008, I think, when I had a business downtown. We did a lot of different things. I'd videotape each of the Thursday night markets, and I always had a big interest because it's such a successful thing downtown. I've been downtown 14 years, and it's the only event that really brings out everybody. I mean, it's amazing thing that happens every summer here. So, and this year, since I was starting to work at NCTV, I just thought, well, it'd be a great idea to try to do it live, something that we hadn't attempted before, and I knew we were getting this new equipment, and we had a little rough edges in the middle there, but it came out pretty good.
Well, for folks who don't know, at home, Ray Diggins is the general manager of the Thursday Night Market, executive director?
Market manager.
Market manager. He's very modest as well as being very, very competent and a real genius at this. Ray, this has been a heck of a success this year, I think.
Yeah, the community came out. We're very happy about that. That's what makes it. We judge it on how happy everybody is walking down the street. That's about all you can these days. You can't really count on cash registers ringing, but it's not about that.
Right.
This is kind of the antidote for the recession,
Yeah, it is.
Come downtown, and pretend you're shopping.
Right. And we've been talking about it. We want to promote grow local. We want to promote being local, and we want to promote buying local and certainly watching local. So that's why we felt, this is really where it's at. And I think, when you've got an asset like Grass Valley, the ambiance, the buildings, a heck of a good array of store owners, and then 130 or so vendors we bring in every night. It's a recipe for success.
Yeah, I like one of the merchants in town used to say, Grass Valley, where the buildings lean together like a bunch of old friends.
That's right. That's true.
The vendors are great, the merchants are great, the farmers are great. We got a good combination of things here, a combination of different interests all coming together, and it makes it work, and the community comes out. There's no expectations, without it, I can't, we'd be reliant upon what we see on MSNBC and Fox News to tell us what's really going on in the community.
Right.
You come out here and you can talk to people, you can see people, you look around you, you see your neighbors in your community. It gives you a different feeling. You realize that we don't really see sides out here. Everybody's kind of on the same side, It's what it's really about, wander under the kids section down here on Auburn Street, wade through the kids, and you're not afraid. It's fun. It's edgy. The whole thing is a good experience. It really shows you the community is really worth wanting to be a part of.
Now, I could say without any hesitation that there's a very high percentage of young people in the crowd, and a very, very well behaved. They're having fun. They're making noise and doing what they do. But I haven't seen any incidents whatsoever. Everybody's really comfortable down here.
No, none at all.
No, they're not. I mean, you see a lot of kids in strollers. When you see kids in strollers, people are feeling pretty safe.
That's right.
Of course, we don't have dogs. We don't have alcohol in the street or dogs like some other places do, which, it kind of makes it a lot safer than what it could be.
Right.
The kids, we encourage them to do things without drinking.
Right.
Last week in the kids section down there, they had an array of battery-powered smoothie machines. We're handing out free smoothies. What we do to keep the kids in there, or the youth in their youth area, and have them, make them happy, let them produce their own event, let them have their own music, let them have their own demonstrations. They do breakdancing demonstrations, they do all kinds of things down there. Plus we get donations of free soft drinks for them and so forth. And, it works, we get all ages here. We have the elderly shopping the market early, and getting their baskets full of fruit and vegetables.
Right.
Families come a little bit later. The kids come whenever they damn well want to. It all works
Is this
out.
the first year we've had 3 bands?
Yeah, we've always had Neil here for quite a few years. That's the youth stage. And the main stage, the City Hall stage. it's the first year we've been able to get the Holbrook, except for, I'd say back in maybe 15 years ago, we had a stage up at the end by the Holbrook, but we haven't had one here for quite a few of the interim years there.
Yeah, I noticed that your music this year is like even better than last year. Last year was great music too. And each year it seems like the bands
really, I thought so
really,
too. It was great.
Really, I don't know how you get those bands.
Well, it's kind of funny you should say that, because the bands we bring them in from all over the place. We have a source in Colorado that sends us a band every year. You know, we bring them in from different places. They're all really well-known bands out of the area. And then also up at the Holbrook, they bring in more local bands.
Right.
So some people like one, some people like the other.
I understand tonight that Ian, who is the owner of the Holbrook, is playing in the band The Regulators.
Right.
So that's kind of a special treat for him, I'm sure.
Well, it's funny. Some bands, tonight we have pretty bands up there that are fairly pedestrian, but people, I can't believe how many people say they love that band. Then down here we might have something more edgy, and people say they love that band.
Right.
So you really, to give something to everybody is really what we're all about here, because the market really belongs to everybody. It's not what I think is good or what you think is good. We put it all out here, and people are happy with it. They enjoy it, and they make their own minds up what they like.
Now, do you have a planning committee that helps you do all this stuff, or how does that get done?
Oh, man.
So tomorrow, I know
not.
you're going to start next year, right?
I hope not.
Yeah, you start tomorrow, right, for next year?
You know, we try to, this year I think we're going to have some more meetings with some more entities to bring them in.
Yeah.
But, you know, I've kind of been running it like as what I used to consider the benevolent dictatorship model.
Right. Exactly.
You know, too many chefs can spoil the meal, you know.
Right.
I mean, what we try to do here is to let it grow organically. It seems like a loose event, but it's really strictly regulated. I mean, we're licensed by the state, county, under the Direct Marketing Act as a certified farmers market. We have a lot of rules, you know. Everybody follows them pretty good, you know. We don't need any much of enforcement. But it's, you got to let something be, and you got to let it grow on its own. You can't always be putting your newest, latest, greatest idea in here to do something. You just let it evolve on its own.
We did do some interviews with folks on the street, and you know, just sort of impromptu. And everybody seems to be having a good time. Everybody has a different reason why they want to be here. Yeah. But I think you're right. You know, ultimately, it is about creating a sense of community. And
well, we even had a flash mob.
We did.
So you know, we get a little bit of cool stuff.
Well, since a place, you know, a local economy is what we're trying to create here. You know, that's what we're trying to celebrate here. The local economy, all the vendors, all the people on the street, the craftspeople and artists and so forth. They're all experimenting. They're marketing. They're finding out what works. They'll bring something out and put it for sale. They'll talk to people next week. They might bring something totally different and try that. Right. And they change their booth. They change their banner. They change their product. That's what it's all about, is to develop a local economy and celebrate that local economy.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what it's about, creating a sense of place. You know, this town could have gone the route of becoming a tourist town, like some other towns in the area, but we just decided several years ago that what was for us was to become Nevada County's downtown. We wanted to be the downtown for Nevada County. And then Nevada County is bigger than just the county, too, the geographic county. There's actually a cohort of people that's pretty broad out there. Right. There's a lot of people that consider this their second home, are planning to move here eventually, bought land here, or want to buy land here, or have family here. Yeah. That's really the community, and it's a pretty broad community. You know, it's probably numbers in the hundreds of thousands of people that, you know, come up here regularly and Grass Valley, Nevada County has a place in their heart where they want to be a part of it, and they identify as part of it.
Go ahead, Ben.
I know that there's a lot of businesses downtown that maybe don't do a lot of business at the Thursday night market, but if they have a presence there or they're open and they have a booth, people see that they're there, and they might come the end of the week or next week when they're downtown, they come in and check out what they have. So, you know, it really does benefit a lot of the local
You know, the businesses downtown are great because they really do understand, because I talk to a lot of them, and they really do understand that this is something that's not about their cash register. It's about, excuse me, it's about giving back to the community. they are sponsoring this event for the community, you know, and if the fact is that, you know, they help people come downtown, have a good time, and maybe when the times are better, they'll come downtown and shop here. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. But in the meantime, they're the ones putting their money where their mouth is, sponsoring this event, putting the money up for it, allowing it to happen, allowing the front of their store to be used to set up, and helping with the event, because they truly believe that they have to give back to the community, you know, with no expectation of it coming back. They are here with everybody. They are Nevada County residents too. Some of them just shut their doors, put a sign in the window, gone shopping, and go out and buy some produce and go down. You'll see them down by one of the stages dancing. You know, because they get it. You know, it's about a community that we want to damn the environment. I mean, damn the economy. You know, full speed ahead. We got what we got, and we're going to continue doing it. They're going to have their shops here. The people are going to come down and shop. And, you know, if we don't have any money right now, that's okay. They'll be back.
That's about all we got time for tonight, unfortunately, Ray. It's been a pleasure working with you this
really
summer.
Appreciate you guys coming out.
And we look forward to doing it next year.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So right now, we're going to move over to another Meet Your Neighbor, as Ray was talking about. One of the features this year we've been doing is bringing folks into the neighborhood businesses and finding out more about them. So let's roll another one of our Meet Your Neighbors.
Hi, folks. I'm Cheryl Noble with NCTV's Meet Your New Neighbor. I'm with Miriam Lytle. She is the owner of Wolf Mountain Day Spa, which is set to open on Tuesday, September 6th in the heart of downtown Grass Valley. So let's get a sneak peek as to what the spa is going to be all about. Hi, Miriam. You're very busy these days.
I am, Cheryl. Hi, how are you?
I'm well. Congratulations on your new space in downtown. Tell us where the location is and your services.
Yeah, we're located at 110 East Main Street. That's directly across from the City Hall. And we are expanding here in downtown Grass Valley. We'll have 2,400 square feet.
Wow.
We will have a hair spa person, natural nails, and again, our world-class massage therapy and body treatments, our European and very avant-garde facials.
Oh, yes, the anti-aging, I understand you're really well known for.
Exactly. We have new intraceuticals, skincare, and oxygen treatments. We also are offering Jane Iredale Cosmetics and world-class service.
You were located in Alta Sierra at the corner of the 49 and Alta Sierra. So now you're downtown. How much more space does this give you?
Well, it's 2,400 square feet, and it's about 4 times the space that we used to have. So yeah. We are very excited. We put in a world-class steam room, a wet room.
Nice.
So it's a true European hammam.
We gotta love it. So you're opening on Tuesday, September 6th, and what are your hours going to be?
Well, we're still Monday through Saturday, and they are Mondays, I believe. I'm gonna...
Mondays through Saturday, but you can get information on the website, which is wolfmountaindayspa.com. So I know you're busy, you got a lot to do for your opening next week, but this is so exciting for Grass Valley, so exciting for our community. Lots of services with the holistic hair, natural nails, all this I've got to check out. This is great. So you can get back to work.
Oh, thank you. It's busy right now, for sure.
Yeah. Good. Thank you. All right. It's Cheryl Noble, NCTV's Meet Your New Neighbor, Wolf Mountain Day Spa at 1110 East Main Street in downtown Grass Valley. See you later, folks.
Hi, it's Paul Minicucci live from downtown Grass Valley. We're here in the dying light. I've asked everybody who's walking by if they've got a buddy, give me a light. We could use one right now. So I'm here with Randy Hansen. We're at dusk, but where else can you find the downtown, downtown market live? Nowhere else but NCTV.
No, but I got to admit, this is was a project that had a lot of ups and downs. It started off with a bang and ended up with a bang, bigger bang, in fact.
Right.
And I'm just looking forward to next year. I already got my mind going on what we can do to make it better next year and see what we can do. So people stay tuned for that. And then also, I'm just really happy that we got the TriCaster now that we'll be able to go out and do more and more of these type of events from different areas, and looking at trying to do something in Truckee, something in Nevada City.
Right.
And we're going to do the Italian Festival.
Right, Italian Festival coming up in
weeks.
17th and 18th down at Gateway Park, and we're going to be there live with the TriCaster doing 3 cameras, and that's a great festival. Randy and I did that festival last year, and there was something like 5,000 people showed up. So great entertainment, great food.
Yeah.
So let's tell people a little bit about the TriCaster. What does it do?
Well, I mean...
Okay, we're getting a signal here that we have less time than we thought. And I think that's about all we've got time for. I want to thank everyone.
Local, shop local, and definitely watch local.
This is Paul Minicucci, Randy Hansen signing off from NCTV Channel 11 in Comcast, N17. So, bye-bye until next year.
I'm going to play bass on that. Yeah, we could do it. Okay. Yeah. We'll swap a rooting here.
We get to hear it. Tomas Spellman's song, which we put on the new album. The name of the band is Clan Dyken. You can catch us at clandyken.com. That's Clan with a C, C-L-A-N.
You want to do the chorus real quick?
Yeah, this is 5 strings.
Yeah? All right. Hey, you guys.